Looks like we're all clear to go, so as we say in Africa, Twende, let's go.
Might be worse than a roller coaster.
I know.
Alright everyone, we're now inside the reserve in the Itsuri Forest, so keep a lookout for some of the forest-dwelling creatures in the area here. Like the okapi on the far right-hand side. Now because of those white stripes on the legs, people think they're related to zebras, but they're actually more closely related to the giraffe. They are such shy and elusive animals, they weren't discovered until 1901. And the animal right next to the okapi is called the yellow-backed duiker. Duiker is an Afrikaans word meaning diver, and they get that name because they like to dive in the brush anytime they see predators. Oh, and that is the largest of the 17 species of duiker. Coming up ahead, a nice variety of birds that call Itsuri Forest home. Now the black ones, of course, are vultures, which are an extremely important part of the ecosystem. And those large pelicans on the rocks and curb are pink-backed pelican. They group in colonies and nest in trees, and feed on fish by crawling them into shallow waters, and then they'll scoop them up with their beak.
I hope the brain...
Over here on the right-hand side, you'll see two species of stork. You'll see the yellow-billed stork with the pretty pink feathers, and then this black and white one is called the saddle-billed stork. And that one's actually one of the tallest storks in Africa, about 5 feet tall with a wingspan of 8 to 9 feet. As we move deeper into the Itsuri Forest, you want to keep a lookout for the black rhino. Even though they're very large animals, sometimes they're harder to spot. Oh, you know what? We're in luck. There's 3 of them right there on the left-hand side on top of the hill. Now, those black rhinos may look indestructible. They've actually been hit very hard by poaching. There's fewer than 3,100 left in all of Africa. They've been hunted near extinction for those horns of theirs, and each rhino can weigh up to 3,000 pounds.
There's a little guy. Little. That's a baby.
Coming up ahead on the left, you're going to see the Nyala. Those light brown ones without horns are the females, and that gray one with the horns, that's the male. Oh, and in the very back on top of the hill, those copper-colored animals are called bongo. And they're nicknamed Ghost of the Forest because they're very rarely seen. Oh, you know what? That's something my good friend Walt Matua. Let's see if we can get in radio contact with them. Simba 1 to Walt Matua. Is that you up there making the rounds today, old friend? Over?
Yes, Simba 1. And today I have a passenger. Miss Johnson, my favorite wildlife researcher.
I'm Jumbo, everyone.
Jumbo, Miss Johnson. It's great to hear from you again. We're headed towards the Safi River. If you guys have any wildlife spotting tips, we'd love to hear them. Over?
Roger, Simba 1. Will do. Over.
On the right-hand side, the Nile Hippos, which spend most of their time in water because the skin is very sensitive to the sun and overheats pretty quickly.
Water. Look at him.
I never get to see him out in water that often.
These are vegetarians and can eat up to about 150 pounds of plant life each. Over on the left-hand side, you'll see a few more. At birth, they weigh about 85 pounds and can get all the way up to 5,000 pounds as full-grown adults. They hold their breath for 5 to 8 minutes underwater, and the way they can swim is by walking along the river bottom. Keep a lookout for the baby who was born right here in the Safi River about 2 months ago.
It's right there. Just run out there.
Simba 1, when you come to Seneca Bridge, go follow, very slowly.
Uh-oh.
That old bridge has been better days, and I think I will simply have the crocodile know it.
Roger Wilson, we see those crocs and they definitely see us too. These guys are a lot larger than the American alligator, getting about 20 feet long. Their jaws have a crushing capacity of 1,200 pounds per square inch. Now with that in mind, we're going off this rickety old bridge. Everyone hang on. Now coming up ahead is one of the best views of the savannah, as well as one of its oldest residents, the ancient Baobab tree. Now the Baobab tree is also known as the upside down tree, because as you see here on the right, the branches are kind of like its roots. It only grows leaves about 3 months out of the year, but looks as you see it otherwise. And this particular tree, over 1,000 years old. Everyone take a look at the view from way up here in the savannah. This is all part of the Serengeti grassland system. Zebra and wildebeest migrate through it, and animals like rhino, giraffe, and lion live here year-round.
I kind of like it.
This is all part of the wild Africa that we're working very hard to preserve.
Simba One, I see you down there. You are in bush country. Drive carefully. I don't want you bumping into my animals.
All right.
You should begin to see a wide variety of grass-eating animals around you, such as Thompson's gazelle.
Miss Johnson, no one in Africa calls them Thompson's gazelle. They are turbies. Turbies. Over.
Roger, guys. We'll get back with you in the next few days.